What's up, guys? So, today we're talking about Paul. Paul is a movie about an alien that gets two nerds from England that were visiting Comic Con to help him get a ride home. Now, one of the nerds that went to Comic Con is a writer named Graham Willie. Yes, his last name is Willie. I laughed my ass off the first time I heard that. Now, he is a writer, and his friend is his illustrator. And on the front cover of his book, well, his novel, is the picture of an alien chick with three boobs. Who doesn't think that's awesome? Alright, so now, as they go on their adventure through America to find the UFO hotspots that have been forecast through time, they meet an actual alien named Paul. Well, nicknamed Paul. They never say his real name in the movie, which I think they should have, because I would have liked to know his real name instead of just the name of the dog he crashed landed on. That made me sad. In the beginning of the movie, they first show when Paul appears on Earth, and he actually appears because he crash lands his UFO on top of a dog whose name was Paul. I was like, no, doggy, why must you die? But yeah, dog died. The little girl was sad. Alright, now, as they're traveling, a vehicle wrecks in front of them on the road. They freak out and stop on side the road to see what happened. And in this vehicle was Paul. One of the nerds passes out and pees his pants. Now, when someone pees their pants from seeing an alien, that's slightly understandable, but also gives you the right to laugh at them for the rest of their life. I know I would. So, now, as they're going on their adventures, they try to lay low and not get noticed. But that happens anyway. Okay. Now, on the first night, they have Paul. They have Paul with them. Almost made it sound like he was a pet. On the first night, they have Paul with them. They stop at a mobile home, like an RV place, like a pit stop, per se. And the chick there that, like, tells them where they can park and everything only has one eye. It was a bit weird. It's like, awkward. Well, like, she had the capability to have... She had two eyes, but could only see out of one. Still awkward. Well, she sees Paul, passes out, and when she comes to, they actually left. And they're kind of kidnapping her. So, when she sees him the second time, she, like, freaks out. And he does kind of a mind transfer where he transfers all of his knowledge into her. Like, he still has it, but he kind of copy and paste He copied and pasted all of his knowledge into her brain, and she passes out again. She freaks out a little bit less, and then storms out of the RV. The illustrator runs after her after he was also transferred the knowledge that Paul had. And they're like talking, and she's kind of getting used to the idea that there is no God, basically. And she's like, well, now that there's no God, I guess I can fornicate all I want. I'm like, wow, Paul just made a slut. He just made a whore. That's exactly what he did. Uh, Paul is also a pot smoker. It's funny to see an alien come to Earth and smoke pot. It's like, all I could wonder was, do they have this on their planet? Did he bring it from his planet? Or is this from our planet? Who knows? So, as they're going along, the they he actually had escaped from Area 51, and the agency, I guess it's the FBI, is after him. There are 4 agents that you actually see. Agent Zoyle, which is the main one that starts chasing them. There are 2 more that start later on when Agent Zoyle isn't enough. And the 4th one, which is actually like the head of the director of the FBI or something. All I know is she's a lady with like a 44 Magnum. It's like, oh my god, that's a big gun for a lady. So, they're running from these agents and the girl's dad, because he actually grabs a shotgun, gets in his truck, and chases them down. That's determination, my friend. Determination. Alright. As they keep going, they basically just keep getting into trouble and more trouble. The FBI agents actually do see Paul. Like, at first they don't know they're chasing an alien, but they do during the middle of the movie. Like, towards the middle they find out that they're actually chasing an alien. Let's see. So, as they just keep going, the writer, Graham Willie, actually buys a sword. And Paul tells him he shouldn't have bought it because it's going to break the first time he uses it. And guess what? The first time he actually needs to use it, he pulls it out, and as he's trying to pull it out, it just breaks off from the hilt. It's like, wow, you now have the handle of a sword. That's not going to be useful. But before that happens, they go to the girl from the beginning whose dog he crash landed on. They go to her because he has to return her stuffed bear to her. It's like, all you could really think is, wow, that was very nice of you, Paul. That was very nice. But it ends up that she has to go with them now. Her house explodes, and as they're driving away, she looks out of the window and notices that her house is in flames. And the only thing that she thinks of, that she can say, is, okay, like, they're driving away. She's looking out the back. Her house explodes. She just yells, "My weed!" It's like, really? Your house exploded and that's all you're worried about? Your weed? I see how it is now. Now, they have her with them, and on the way to where they're going to where Paul is going to be picked up by his species, his race of alien brethren, they stop at a fireworks like superstore, and The firework they pick out was the exact price of the sword. So they're at the checkout line. Then they just take it and run. It's like, ha! First time in America. It's probably the first time you stole something. We have good influence on people. No, we don't. Not really. Don't believe that. Um. So yeah, they're at the place. They light the firework and they signal for the spaceship to come to get Paul. And right before that happens, a helicopter from the FBI lands. The director, the lady director of the FBI comes out with her gun. She shoots Agent Zoil because he's actually a friend to Paul. Because Paul is the reason Agent Zoil has a wife. He introduced them. Yet again, something nice Paul did. Oh, the illustrator gets shot by the girl's father. It's like just shotgun to the chest. But he does not die quickly. He dies slowly. Then Paul brings him back to life. And Paul dies. It was sad. As after all of that, Paul's dead. But not really. No. He then heals and is fine. Now, right after this, the director is still right there. And she's like, nobody's going anywhere. She's just pointing her gun at him. And all of a sudden, doof, she gets squashed by the ship. Yeah. That's what she gets for trying to keep him. Because she wanted to keep Paul there so that she could harvest his stem cells to replicate his powers into humans, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's what she wanted to do. Because who wouldn't want a small race of superhumans? I don't want to be able to turn invisible when I hold my breath. Why not? That'd be cool. And Paul takes the girl from the beginning with him. He's like, well, since I ruined your life here, why not start a new one on my planet? And she goes with them, and that's the end. Happily ever after. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Remember, Boxman, rate, comment. Come on, guys. Give me some movies to review. I need something. Y'all gotta give me something. Come on. Don't be afraid. See ya tomorrow.